Okay, now we're going to go ahead and reinstall the glass. And before doing so, I want to make note of the screw and the washers that are actually on the screw itself, just to make sure that the glass is protected and it doesn't crack. And it's actually going to be made up of 2 rubber washers, one metal washer. And the orientation is going to go just like this. So the first one is going to be the metal washer is going to go in first, and then next is the 2 rubber washers. But you're going to see that with these 2 rubber washers, one is thin and the other is a little thicker. So you're going to want to make sure that the thin one sits on top of the thicker one, being that this is what goes right under the actual metal washer, and this what's actually sits inside of the actual drilled out hole of the glass, of the tempered glass. Okay, now we're ready to install the glass, and we're going to go ahead and tighten it down. And now that we know the orientation of the washers, we can go ahead and tighten everything down. But before we do so, it's always best in this case for these particular screws to make sure that you do everything by hand, as if you use a drill, it's actually not recommended because you may have the torque setting too high, and what will happen is if you over torque this down, with time the stress is actually built up on these points here, and the glass may begin to crack. So it's actually best to always just do everything hand tight. It doesn't have to be extremely tight, so just go ahead and we're going to do it all by hand. And like I said, everything is just hand tight. The glass is just resting on top of the body, so we don't want to over torque anything to cause any premature cracking. So you can see, just give it a couple turns, not too much strength, and once everything is nice and snug, that's it. There's no more pressure need to be added. The glass is going to be secure, and you're ready to go.